Hey guys, it's TFNut. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new NECA Back to the Future 35th Anniversary Target Exclusive Tales from Space version of Marty McFly. I am very happy that NECA is finally giving us 7-inch scale Back to the Future figures. I wanted no other company to make figures like this besides NECA. I know that they made 1/4 scales, I'm pretty sure, originally, or they had announced those first, and I think then they finally announced 7-inch scale figures. I'm just happy to finally have these, man. I've been wanting to make these for so long. Let's just go ahead and talk about the packaging, because again, this is a Target exclusive, and if you're looking for this, you should check your local Targets in the NECA section. But the front of the packaging here is very cool. It's pretty much that old design of that comic book that boy had in that scene where Marty first time travels, where it says Tales from Space on top there. Lots of different comic book details, including the artwork of the cover there on the bottom half, and it does have a sticker for Back to the Future's 35th anniversary. It also says shocking science fiction stories there. On this side here, which is going to be the same for the other side, it says Back to the Future. It's pretty much a poster here where you get the DeLorean right there, the back side of the DeLorean. You get the clock tower. It says Ultimate Marty McFly, Tales from Space. On the back of the packaging, you can see where it says Back to the Future, Ultimate Marty McFly, and it basically gives you a read-up of the movie, as well as showing you some images of the figure and the accessories that it comes with. Where it says the 35th Anniversary Collection, we have the rest of the figures, which are normal releases. I believe this version of Marty is the only one that is an exclusive so far. On the top, it's pretty much also what we have on the sides, where it just says Back to the Future, Ultimate Marty. A warning, and it says for ages 14 and up. On the bottom of the packaging, you can see the credits there. It also says NECA Real Toys Universal, and it does have a barcode there if you need to find the if you need the barcode. When we open up the flap here, you can it's attached by Velcro. You can open it up and reveal the figure, which is really cool. One side here on the left, it has really nice toy photography of Marty dressed up in the hazmat suit. Very cool. And then when we look here, we have the figure in the box and all the contents in the box, as well as the backdrop. So let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. And here is Darth Vader from Planet Vulcan out of the packaging, and it's a pretty well done figure. I'm very happy to have it. The only issues, it's not really issues, but the things I just want to note about this figure is that some of the alternate pieces, at least for the face shield, are just a little complicated to use. They don't really give you instructions on how to use them. You just kind of got to play around with it a little bit. I'll try to show off how to use these accessories as best as I can during the review. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that he comes with, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So here's the hairdryer accessory. This looks pretty good. This has this soft plastic wire here. It's not a bendy wire, it's just soft plastic. It does have an outlet plug on it, though. That's cool. There's some silver paint on this. And the actual hairdryer accessory is really cool. It's very realistic. Did a really good job with some of the silver paint right there on the handle. I believe this is molded in black and painted in gray in some areas. There's some black chipping right there, so that's a little unfortunate. You can see the nice buttons right there, the red and blue ones. Overall, pretty cool. And then we have a cassette player right here. So this is pretty nicely sculpted. It has a little bit of glossy black paint, as well as some metallic silver paint going on in there. They did a really good job overall with the sculpting. Now this is a pretty soft plastic wire as well. Again, not a bendy wire, but it's a little bit more rubbery. It's a little bit more stretchy, but I do not really recommend pulling it super duper hard. I don't really recommend pulling it at all. I was just doing that just to kind of show what's going on here. There's also something weird going on with my cable right here for this. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, or there should be black paint there maybe, but overall, this is still pretty cool. We do have these headphones here, which are very loose. They're not very sturdy at all. These are a little disappointing, but they're fine, I guess. There's some nice silver paint on there. So, just taking a look real quick at this. This is the, assembled head here for the face shield. You have this plastic piece right here, which has some silver paint on some of these notches, as you can see, and then you also have this top piece here, which is separate from the face shield, and there's some nice wrinkles, as you can see. I'm digging that a lot. These come off. You can see it's very easy. You're just supposed to insert it on the bottom like so. I really am having trouble doing that on camera. it's going to take a while to get this all perfect. So take some time, be very careful with all of these accessories. I mean, these, you know, this is a soft plastic, but this face shield you're going to want to be careful with. Also, if it makes it easier, I don't really know if it does, this face shield is removable. There are pegs here. There's also peg holes on the side of the head, which, just giving you a quick look at this head sculpt here. Does it look like Michael J. Fox? I don't really think so. Not, at least not 100%. It's pretty close enough though, and at certain angles, it really does look like Michael J. Fox. This head sculpt is very similar to the regular unmasked or unhelmeted head sculpt. Is what I meant to say for my for Marty. So yeah. That's what that face shield looks like, with really nice silver paint on there with some nice orange and silver notches. And it is a translucent piece right here. We also have this right here, which is just this entire mask, which also has a silver respirator. Now this time the visor piece is blacked out since you're not going to be wearing it at all. Very similar orange piece with some notches there. Nice yellow wrinkles with a little bit of some more white fabric looking pieces right there. Now with this right here, you see this little flat piece, you could have it to where Marty holds in his hand, but I don't think that's completely correct. What I think you're supposed to do is just kind of take this and maybe like somewhere on the belt here, because this is a soft plastic belt, just kind of latch it in there like so. It fits in there pretty fine. This is also an adjustable belt because there's two peg holes. They are very difficult to get back on once you unplug them, so just keep that in mind. I had to take a quick break because I had to show off, I had to put this in, and it's very difficult. It's just all very finicky. It's very hard to get all in at once, It's going to take a little while, but this piece here is kind of like if you lift up the face shield and that neck piece goes down. This here is a separate piece. You can see those little notches right there. They will fit with the notches that are on top of the hard hat there. And it really, I don't know. It's supposed to be more flowy like this. It's not really the most efficient, to be quite honestly. I don't really think it looks all that great. But it's cool that you get those options like that. I forgot to mention that this hard hat, it just looks really good. It looks very realistic, and I'm digging a lot of the white. Shiny pieces there, the silver, or really it's just gray around here. Overall, it's very clean. Last but not least, I do want to talk about this regular, Michael J. Fox head. So I'm glad that we get one like this. It's pretty much the same sculpt as at least the face sculpt, as what we got on the head that he comes packaged with, but the detail for the hair is very clean. So I do apologize if all that took a little too long. To make up for it, we'll go ahead and talk about the rest of the figure here just pretty quickly. The neck collar here for the jacket, I don't believe is the same as the regular Marty McFly. I do believe it's sculpted differently, but it does have a nice light dry brushing going on in there. The wrinkles here on the hazmat suit are really well done. I dig it a lot. Really great details. Even in the arms, you can see how the arms look kind of tucked into the gloves. And the gloves here are really nice glossy orange that they're using, at least for the paint. You can see that nice hazmat logo right there. I do wish we got relaxed hands with this figure. We just only get these hands. We don't get alternate hands, but that's fine, I guess. They are sculpted nice. This is a separate belt piece, as I already mentioned. I would recommend heating this both times when you're taking it off and taking it back on. There's two pegs right here. It's very difficult to put it back on without heat. But they do have nice details for the buckles right there. And then that buckle on the front there also looks really good with nice lines looking like it's fabric. All the way down to the legs, as you can see. More nice wrinkling. Even on the back. They don't continue the details, unfortunately, on the joint, but at least it's the same color. You know what I mean? So even some nice trimming and lines going on right there. So there's what the bottom looks like with these pants cuffs. They are a different color of yellow, and they're pretty cool. Nice wrinkles going on with some nice, I want to say reddish orange. I just dropped that figure completely. Nice. But it's just nicely wrinkled. It looks good, NECA just does an incredible job with sculpting every time. The shoes even look good too. I dig that a lot. They do look nice and dirty as well. Nice red paint going on there. It's almost like there's like a wash in them or something. It's just got really nice line work, and they do have nice laces sculpted. The bottom of the feet is really kind of plain, but it's fine. You're not going to really be paying attention too much. They do have piggles at the bottom of the feet, though. Articulation is not the greatest. It's a little stiff on this guy. First of all, let's actually do a quick 360. Just to give you an idea of how this looks. There's a little bit of a disjointed review, unfortunately, just because of the nature of the accessories that it comes with. So, sorry I didn't show off a 360 earlier. You know, very standard articulation with the neck, with NECA figures. The head really does not want to go up at all. Down is fine. It does have a little bit of a neck pivot. This is all in like a ball peg, you know, so it does swivel. A little tight. Arms go all the way around. I don't know if I said this already, getting this head on here was extremely hard, so you better heat this up, so that way you don't end up breaking it. Swivel at the shoulder, in and out, actually really good at the shoulder. We have an upper arm swivel here, which does not want to go for some freaking reason. And then lower arm swivel, which also doesn't want to go for some freaking reason. But the elbow articulation is pretty alright. It's a little tight. Lots of tight joints on this, unfortunately. I say that as a bad thing because they could eventually break. But breakage with NECA hasn't been around for a while. You saw the hinge with the hand just now, as well as a swivel. I don't know what's going on with the waist articulation because this is entire soft plastic covering the waist. There could be a forward I don't know about. A little bit of a back, maybe even a swivel, and maybe even a pivot. I just don't really know what's going on. Usually we do have just ball jointed waists completely. Not really any kind of ab crunch, maybe with a few figures for NECAs. But it just really does not want to work. But this isn't the most agile character, so I don't want to, you know, it really doesn't matter, to be quite honest. Maybe a little bit of a better swivel, but that's about it. Legs can go forward, back, sort of. In and out is surprisingly good. Upper thigh swivel is also surprisingly good. We do have a bed at the knee, which is pretty lackluster. I don't really like that we get single jointed knees. Now I get that they're keeping the sculpt here, but a lot of times we get single jointed knees, but double jointed elbows with NECA figures. I don't really understand that sometimes. But we do get a swivel at the knee as well, which to me is sometimes redundant since it has a upper thigh swivel already. But it's fine. Nothing really to complain about. We have a swivel going into the calf here. So that swivels completely, which is very tight. Now the cuffs do get in the way of foot articulation, so up and down isn't the greatest. And then this is really tight, but we do get ankle rock around this figure. So, I mean, NECA figures aren't the most articulated in the world, but they have enough articulation. So to end this review, I'm going to go ahead and do some quick size comparisons, and I'll do a couple shots of Marty at the end with some of his accessories. So with Marvel Legends, like some standard size ones here, Marty's in the 7-inch scale. He's going to be at the same height as these figures, but he's not going to be in scale with them. He's supposed to be a little bit shorter. If you pair him with other NECA figures or McFarlane Toys 7-inch scale figures, he'll fit pretty well. Since he's a teenager, he should be a little bit shorter than an adult figure from the 7-inch scale. So overall, very solid figure. The accessories that go on the face shield and on the helmet are a little finicky. They take patience to work with. Once you get it all on there, it will stay on there, and it just eventually will work. It does look really good all on there, but it is just a little, you know, finicky, and it's not the greatest. But the rest of the accessories are cool. The detail, paint, and sculpt on this figure is awesome. The head sculpt could be a little bit better, but I think it's fine. Hopefully the regular release of Marty looks a lot more like Michael J. Fox. Articulation could be a little bit better, but that's with a lot of other NECA figures. I don't need this guy to do the craziest of poses. I think it's fine. For 30 bucks, I do think it's worth it. This is a Target exclusive. If you are a Back to the Future fan, go ahead and pick it up. If you're not, then I would pass on it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends, and I'll see you guys later.